The names published below belong to a few of those incendiary Negroes of Tuscaloosa who have made themselves particularly odious to the superior race by their threatening words and punishable acts. Moses Hughes of Northport.
The blacklist was another sort of tool of intimidation. Don't hire them. Don't sell to them. Don't give them a loan.
Right.
It gives permission for white men and women to attack at will those who are listed.
So tell me about Mr. Randolph.
Our Randolph is a fairly well-known figure for historians who study the South. He is the self-proclaimed founder of the local Ku Klux Klan.
Wow.
As we read, because you have a couple of other
articles that were up, yeah. And this says, my great-great-grandfather Moses was a Loyal Leaguer. I don't know what Loyal Leaguer is.
Loyal League was a sort of black political organization during the era of Reconstruction.
After emancipation, political groups like the Loyal League were key to organizing African Americans. Their members worked with Republicans and Union troops stationed in the South to help freedmen understand their rights, register to vote, and pursue economic opportunities. But through their activism, Loyal Leaguers like Regina's ancestor Moses made themselves visible to terror groups like the Ku Klux Klan, who were determined to maintain white supremacy at all costs.
And so the fact that he's a head Loyal Leaguer means something.
It kind of sounds like he could have been one of the people that were instrumental in bringing them together.
That he was instrumental in making certain that the Loyal League's agenda was being enacted in the South.
I can't imagine actually being alive at this time. Hollingsworth called him as he was walking on the opposite side of the street. The Negro crossed over, knocked the white man down, and stabbed him badly, perhaps mortally. He then took a pistol from the person of Hollingsworth and snapped it in his face. It's just ridiculous. That was a man that would be asking to be killed. So we know that that wasn't true. It also makes me wonder, like, what actually happened. It sounds like there was an altercation. You know, who was the real assailant? Who walked across the street? You know,
We should probably
go to
the other
articles.
Yeah. I
In
think
the
we should.
Independent Monitor. Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay. May 26, 1868.
Right.
So a little over a month after the first article. The Negro villain, Moses Hughes, who tried to murder the white man Hollingsworth, some weeks ago has been turned loose by his military friends here and is now strutting the streets of Northport. Sounds as though he was actually arrested and was in jail for a little over a month. And he was turned loose.
Right.
Maybe we need to get to the third article, because I don't know if this is saying that he was just in jail for a month and a half, or was there another charge later? It's still the Independent Monitor, September 1868, 5 months after.
Right.
On the blacklist. The names published below belong to a few of those incendiary Negroes of Tuscaloosa who have made themselves particularly odious to the superior race by their threatening words and punishable acts. Moses Hughes of Northport.
The blacklist was another sort of tool of intimidation. Don't hire them. Don't sell to them. Don't give them a loan.
Right.
It gives permission for white men and women to attack at will those who are listed. So the moment that your name goes on the blacklist, there's a target on your back.
Where we are now, when young black men are murdered by the police, and the pictures that are created about their character, and that this is over 100 years ago, and it's still happening. So just a little anger and sadness. Maybe a lot of anger.
Although it's really difficult, especially because he was your relative, he was your ancestor, right? And to know, though, that he is someone who is a school teacher. And in the Loyal League, you know, this is the moment that slavery is gone, that he's reading, that he's teaching people to read, that he's signing people up to vote. This is all exciting. Yet all of these things remind white Southerners that the South that they knew before no longer existed.
When I found out that he was in prison, and when we looked further and found out that he could read and he could write, I thought, you know, possibly was he there because he was being what a white man did not want from him. And reading this, even though I don't know why he was in prison yet, makes me feel like my intuition may have been correct. So shall we continue?
So this is what is available to us here, but all of the court records have not been digitized yet, and there's some hard copies that are kept off-site. And so I'm gonna go spend some time there to see if I can find exactly what you've come to find out. And I also think you should meet with an expert historian who knows quite a bit about the Klan and Southern history.
Thank you, Erica.
Take care.
All
It was
right.
great meeting you.
Okay, nice to meet you. I'll see you soon.
Yes.
Okay. I would say overall, I'm still processing. I don't know Moses. I don't have any written things that would tell me what he was thinking in these moments, but one would guess that he didn't let fear stop him. These 3 articles let me know how much Moses got up under their skin, and that's pretty powerful. I still want to know what ultimately was the reason that he landed in jail. I know he's there by 1870, and I want to know what happened. What was his life as Moses Hughes?